is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario here, bringing you another video. Alright, so this is going to be the first time I've ever done a video quite like this. I've done many ranking videos on this channel before, but I've never done an Overwatch tier list video. Alright, so this is something that Overwatch content creators kind of do. Usually at the beginning of the season or after the mid-season patch, you know, a couple weeks in, they tell you, basically it's to tell you what characters are good to pick and what characters are kind of not good to pick depending on the updates of the game. So I think it's pretty interesting to come up with a tier list from the perspective of meta rank players, because the game is different in meta ranks than it is in high ranks. Simple as that. You know, it is what it is. Like, in the high ranks is a lot of hard metas, like, you know, hard counter picking. Everybody's seen the video of like Emong and like another tank player just consistently switching to try to counter pick each other. You don't really have that down here. All right, down here in the basement, in the metal ranks with the metal rank Mofos, which is what I'll probably call this. We don't have that. Like, we do counter picking, but it's not like that big of a deal, because again, you can kind of get away with playing off meta stuff if you're skilled at that hero. So of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me or anything else, my Pokemon videos, Zelda videos, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I'll shout you out at this portion of the video. Alright, so let's hop on into the tier list here. So we're going to start off with the tanks, you know, the best queue. if you like pain. Sigma. So, man, Sigma has had a really... Oh, actually, let me explain this real quick. So we've got S tier, because, you know, top tier tanks. We've got A tier. A tier is good. A tier is good, but it's not the best. Like, you can get away with playing this character and you'll be alright, but there are better characters you probably could play. B is you are risking taking a L by playing this character. It's possible. Alright, character's not terrible, but there's definitely better characters you can play. Boom or bust is just what it means. That means that it is a dice roll if you win picking this character. Alright. You know what I'm saying? Even more of a dice roll than usual. And then, of course, throw pick is kind of self-explanatory. If you pick this character, you are throwing. All right? You are throwing the game, sir. Okay? You will be flamed. All right, so Sigma. Sigma has had an interesting time. Because, man, we had a week of some fun Sigma play. I was snatching people with gravitic fluxes from behind walls, in rooms. It was fun, and then they nerfed it this morning. So fun. It was fun while it lasted. So I still say that Sigma is definitely an S tier tank. All right, and the reason why is he does everything. Okay, he's got a shield. I mean, you know what? No, I'm gonna take him down a little bit, because technically, he doesn't do everything. All right, he can do just about everything, right? He's got a shield, so he can play the shield tank role. He can do poke, you know, mid-range, long-range. He has a stun. You know, he has his own version of defense matrix, which is also his sustain. He can do everything but stop a rundown. If Sigma gets run down by, like, you know, Reinhardt, Zarya, stuff like that, you're going to have a bad day, all right? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have, if you get caught in a death ball, a lot of times Sigma can't hold that spot because he doesn't have any movement abilities outside of his ultimate. So he's just kind of there, and the death ball just kind of kills him. So I would say that he's almost perfect. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Roadhog. So I did not check to see what the Roadhog nerfs were, but I know that he did get nerfed. So they was quick. They was quick on that man. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Roadhog is I'm saying he's a B pick. All right, I'm not that good of a Roadhog player, so this could be from my experience. But Roadhog is alright. He's okay pick, but he's not the best pick ever. But speaking of the best pick, we have the rags to riches story of the main character of Overwatch, Reinhardt. My boy is back. Alright, he's back, cuz Reinhardt is in the building. At least in the lower tier. The metal ranks, Reinhardt is in the building. I have been doing freaking good with Reinhardt, and this is the first time I've played tank long enough to actually rank up in like maybe 2 seasons. All right, because the last couple seasons I have been playing tank to do my placements or whatever, and I might play tank occasionally, but I mainly play DPS and support because the tank queue has been kind of dookie butter. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie on that one. But man, I've been back in the tank queue like crazy, bro. And Reinhardt been doing great. I've been doing this thing I call the Reinhardt challenge, where it's kind of like the Nuzlocke challenge, but for Overwatch, where I lock Reinhardt on any map, regardless. This could be like Nimbani, Hollywood. It could be maps with high grounds and all kind of ridiculous stuff where you don't usually want to play Ryan. I lock Ryan on whatever map, and I play him. And I get 2 deaths, right? I can't switch unless I die twice. All right. Then if I do switch, I can only switch to 3 tanks that I have picked at the beginning of my session. And it's usually like Winston, Sigma, or like Zarya that I can pick from. And it's kind of like a little challenge. But I've been doing pretty good as Reinhardt. All right, I don't think I've had a game where I've died more than 6 times, which is pretty good for playing Reinhardt. So I think he's S tier right now. Ball is definitely in the lower ranks is a boomer bust pick, and there's nothing wrong with Ball. It's just that Ball is a very, very skill-centric pick. All right, and there's not a great deal of people in the metal ranks that have the skills to play Ball. I mean, I can play Ball adequately. I'm an adequate Ball, but now if you're good at the game, if you're good at Ball, then you golden, because it's hard to hit Ball. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to stop him. And it forces people to switch out to stuff like Sombra or Brigitte or something, But yeah, Ball is boom or bust. Diva, right here with Sigma. Diva is pretty good. She's not the best. Alright, she would be higher. She would probably be ahead of Sigma if it wasn't for the armor buffs. The armor buffs really kind of did a number on her because she has the shotguns, and the armor buffs really kind of screw over people with shotguns. So, but still, she does enough that she can still be a high tier tank. All right, she does almost as much as Sigma does, and she has a movement ability, so she can play like dive and stuff like that. Speaking of dive, Winton is good. Winston is good this season. I've played some Winston. Winston is actually pretty good. Now the thing is, the only thing that would keep Winston from being better than Sigma is that, again, there's not a lot of cohesion. There's not a lot of teamwork. Dive is a very teamwork-centric comp, all right? And if people ain't trying to dive with you, it just doesn't work out the same, all right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't work. If you're not communicating, or if you're not at least trying to work together, it doesn't really work. But he's better than Diva though at the moment, because I think they buffed his tickler, his electric tickler a little bit. He's got range options. You know what I'm saying? He's got the shield. Winston is pretty good. He's in a pretty good spot right now. Unless you're playing up against like a Bastion or something, then you might want to switch. Zarya is pretty good right now. All right, Zarya is eating pretty good right now. All right, because of course, whenever Reinhardt is doing good, there's a lot of brawl comps. Whenever there's a lot of brawl comps, death ball type of stuff, Zarya is always going to do good. Okay? All right, not to mention Zarya is a perfect, like, pub stomper. Okay? All right, just learn your bubble placement, learn how to rotate them bubbles around, build that energy, and then you just delete things, just burn things down. All right, she is one of those characters that doesn't necessarily require a great deal of teamwork. She can work on her own. So you can be selfish with your bubbles, or you can help people. Then we have Ramatra. So over the last week or so I've played the game, I have not seen a lot of Ramatras. All right. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't really played him. I played him once. Since the patch flipped over. You know what I'm saying? And we lost because, we didn't have any DPS. So, I mean, it won't technically my fault on that one. But I haven't seen a lot of people play Ramatra at all. So, I don't know. It's not looking good for your boy. Speaking of not looking good for your boy, Malga. Malga ain't looking good at all, man. Malga is the richest to rags story. He was balling for a minute, and now that man ain't doing nothing. All right, Malga can still do pretty good in some situations. Like if you're playing against like a Winston or something like that. But the armor changes really kind of mess with him too. You know what I'm saying? They kind of messed up his damage, and his damage is basically the thing that sustains him. All right, his sustain is get damage, burns, crits. And the crits, give you the life steal. And without the damage, you can't really do that, So, yeah, Malga's not that good. Now, the reason I put him in Boom or Bust and not Throw Pick is because sometimes Malga can eat, all right? Sometimes Malga can freaking eat a team, depending on what they're playing, all right? But not that often, though. Doomfist. The only reason why he's not better than D.Va because his shotgun is a little bit more lame than D.Va's. But Doomfist is pretty good. All right. Now the thing is, Doomfist, you know what? Let me drop him down a little bit. I'll say he's a very high B because like Ball, Doomfist is a very high skill pick. All right. If you don't know how to play Doomfist, please don't go popping Doomfist out. I've seen people bust out Doomfist and comp, and I'm like, you don't know how to play this character. All right, we're going to lose. Okay? Like, why are you playing Doomfist, dog? What are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, Doomfist is he can be really good if you know how to play him, but if you don't, he's a throw pick. He goes from B to freaking throw pick easy. Speaking of B picks, we have the original S tier, and that's Orisa. Orisa is most definitely a B tier tank right now. She's still kind of good, but there's better options. All right, Orisa is still that pocket pick that if you're getting diffed like really hard, you can go back to her. But the nerfs to fortify, like, they kind of did a number on her. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. She's not bad, but she's not nearly as good as she was like a season or two ago. Last tank, we got the Queen, Junker Queen. Now, I have not seen too many Queens, you know what I'm saying, out here. I thought I would see more Junker Queen with now that their Brawl and Death Ball and stuff like that is back now. I don't see too many Junker Queens out here. And I only played her like a couple times. And it was all right. It was pretty good. But seeing as though I don't play against her a lot, I'm just not, I can't tell if she's like amazing or if she's just okay, you know. So then we get down to the DPS tier. So we got DPS queue out here. And of course, yeah, Cassidy is S tier, bro. Cassidy is up there. All right, unfortunately, because I hate Cassidy, even though I heard that they're going to nerf the magnet grenade next season. So, No more homing magnet grenade. All right, you gonna have to learn how to use that sucker now. All right, but right now he is really good. Most mid-range heroes are really good right now, but he's pretty good. The magnet grenade, the mid-range, the roll. How come nobody talking about the roll, bro? 75% damage reduction. This man is surviving diva bombs just by rolling. How is that possible? Okay. All right, this man is like Indiana Jones surviving nuclear bombs in the refrigerator. How? Somebody tell me. But, nobody won't talk about that though, Now, of course, like other heroes, there is a skill issue with him. If you don't have the mechanics, you ain't going to be able to hit them headshots. You're going to be lame. But he's still pretty good. Now, of course, we can't have a metal rank Mofos tier list without the bane of all metal rank Mofos, Bastion. Bastion is the litmus test of how good you are at Overwatch. All right, if you are kind of good at Overwatch, you know how to deal with Bastion. All right, if you don't know how to deal with Bastion, you might be kind of lame. I'm just gonna be honest. All right. That's what Bastion is in the metal ranks. Now, personally, I kind of know how to deal with Bastion. All right, it's just he is still annoying to play against as a tank player because he just burns you down. But if you can survive long enough for him to get out of turret mode, you're gonna be fine. All right. But he is definitely not too bad right now, especially since he has armor. So the armor buffs kind of help him. Genji. I have seen several Genjis, and Genji is doing okay. He is not doing amazing, but he is doing okay. If you're a Genji player, I'm a Zarya player, I will bubble you. I got you, homie. Throw pick. We have Hanzo. Hanzo is kind of throw right now. They gave him a little nerf to try to get the ultimate to be better. I mean, a little buff, sorry. Right now, Hanzo is kind of bad. All right, unless you are really good at hitting them shots down here in the basement, Hanzo kind of bad. I wouldn't pick Hanzo. Storm arrows still give him a pretty good advantage, and he can still put a dent and a lot of tanks with the storm arrows. But for the most part, if you want to play range, play Ashe. Ashe is better than Hanzo in my opinion at this point in time. This one makes me sad, but Junkrat is definitely a boom or bust hero, bro. All right, he's boom or bust. He's not quite throw pick, but he's not quite B either. He's definitely boom or bust, man. Because he still can do some pretty cool stuff. Like, they gave him a buff on his damage, so now it only takes 2 bombs to kill. But without the bomb nade combo that he had, it's just not the same. He can still spam, down corridors or stairs or whatever, but he's not quite the same. He's still fun to play though, but he's not quite as effective. Speaking of people who are not quite as effective, we got Mei. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw Mei up here because Mei ain't too bad. All right, there's a lot of brawl going around, a lot of death ball comps going around, and whenever that happens, Mei is usually pretty good. Even though the Season 9 changes kind of screwed her over because she doesn't have like that. She can't headshot and one-shot people anymore because people are more bulky now, specifically tracers and stuff, because that was one thing she was good at. Honestly, just throw her in the tank queue. Just bring her to the tank queue. All right, to be honest. I mean, she's got all the tools. All right, she's got a barrier or a wall. You know what I'm saying? She's got a sustain ability. All right, she has space denial ultimate. Bring her to the tank queue. All right, give her some more HP. You know what I'm saying? Bring her to the tank queue. We will welcome her with open arms. Not to mention, it's gonna be hilarious watching Mei players learn how to play tank. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's an okay pick, especially if you're going up against like a really good Reinhardt, Zarya, Junker Queen. She's really good at that kind of stuff. The Reinhardt gets aggressive. You wall him so he can't get back to his team, and then y'all kill him. Stuff like that. Pharah, S tier. Unfortunately, Pharah is going to be the bane of your existence in this queue. All right, and it's mainly because if there's nobody that can play hit scan, GG's. She will take over the lobby. You know how in the high tiers they always talk about how like widows take over lobbies? Pharahs will take over lobbies down here. Okay, all right. Because if you don't know how to play hit scan, if you can't play an Ashe or something that can keep her in line, she's gonna run all over y'all. Raining doom from above. Speaking of doom, we got Reaper. Reaper's a solid B pick. All right, so Reaper's not terrible, but he's not great. And with the armor changes, he is not doing the damage he used to do. Now, if I did this last season, I might have put him up here because Reaper is actually kind of good in the low tier. All right, whereas he's kind of garbage in the high tier. He's kind of good in the low tier because of just how much damage he does. The shadow walk, allowing him to get out of situations and stuff like that. But the armor buffs have kind of screwed him a little bit. Speaking of getting screwed, Soldier, S tier, bro. All right, look, if there's one comparison I can make from low tier to high tier, it's Soldier and Sojourn. Soldier is the Sojourn of the metal ranks. All right, because you know how Sojourn is a menace in the high tier. All right, and she has been since like season 2 or whatever. Soldier's like that down here. Okay, all right. So Soldier is the Orisa of the DPS queue. Whenever a DPS player is getting diffed, all right, they go to Soldier, like that. All right, DPS player dies 2 times, he goes Soldier. All right, and not to mention, look, here's the thing, and you want to know why? Because Soldier players are not playing Overwatch. They don't. All right, Soldier players are playing Call of Duty. Okay, they're playing Call of Duty with superpowers. Okay, that's it. All right, he runs, he shoots, he heals himself. That's the game. That's you, Overwatch. That's you playing Overwatch, aka Call of Duty. Run, shoot, heal. All right, that's why he's so effective. He's so effective in the low tiers. He does a lot of damage, and he can get away because Sojourn, she might be able to, do the little, what I'm saying? She got her thing, right? But if you can follow where she goes, you'll be able to find her and kill her. This guy, he just runs nonstop. You'll never be able to catch him unless you can just shoot him. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. Symmetra is a throw pick, bro. I'm sorry to all the sim players. Symmetra's a throw pick. Unless you're playing on like Lijiang Tower, or unless you want to do some like teleporter shenanigans, throw pick. All right. And it's unfortunate because she's kind of an interesting character, but she is a throw pick. All right. At one point, she was like Bastion levels of annoying. Now, throw pick. And my boy in the DPS queue, freaking Torbjorn, bro. Torbjorn is goated. All right. Torbjorn, the only thing that keeps Torbjorn from being an S tier threat is his shotgun. All right. His shotgun and his like projectile kind of got nerfed because of the armor changes, but he is one that can do a lot. All right, he can be in brawl comps. All right, he can be in poke comps. He can be in like these defensive like bunkery type of comps. He can play mid range, long range. Like he can do a lot. All right, look, I'm telling you, if you want to have some fun in the DPS queue, learn how to play Torbjorn. Okay, get on the Torb. All right, I'm just saying. Shoot. This is a surprise pick. This is a surprise one. Tracer? Boomer bust. I'm gonna be honest. Tracer, and that this is now. Remember, this is metal ranks now. All right, not everybody in the metal ranks really knows how to play Tracer that well. Okay. All right. Not to mention, Tracer requires a pretty good amount of game sense and mechanical skill. Things that are not very common in the lower ranks. I'm just gonna be honest. All right, I've played some Tracer. My Tracers, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about it. But yeah, though, Tracer's not the best pick. Now, again, I put her in boom or bust because she's not a throw pick. Because if you can play Tracer well, oh yeah, you might be a problem because you're always going to be back there harassing supports, messing with snipers. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be a problem, but most people I've seen have been pretty garbage Tracers. Widowmaker, B, straight up B. All right, and I'm gonna say that some of this is kind of personal bias because when it comes to snipers, I think Ashe is better. And it's not because of the damage. Like, out of pure damage, Widowmaker is better because she can still one-shot people. But Ashe just seems faster. She seems like she has more damage options. Like, the Dynamite is better than the Venom Mine. And, I mean, I'll get to Ashe in a second. But Widowmaker is not as incredible in the low tier as she is in the high tier. Unless you are an amazing Widowmaker. If you're a really good Widowmaker, then you're probably not bronze. Or not, well, at least you you might not even be plat. You might just be diamond. You might not even be in the metal ranks if you're a really good Widow player. So, I think picking her, is okay, but there are definitely better picks out there. Kind of like this one. Sombra. Sombra is a good pick, all right? But there are some strings, all right? Now, the reason why Sombra is not a S-class threat is because most teams in the metal ranks don't know how to play Sombra. They don't know how to play with a Sombra. All right, when you're playing with a Sombra, you should probably play more aggressive because, you're already kind of playing at a disadvantage. You're kind of going into these 4v5s because the Sombra's got to go on the back line and harass the supports and stuff. So you kind of have to be aggressive. If you play passive, then they're just going to egress onto you and use numbers to to basically outnumber you and you lose. Your team loses. At least until the Sombra starts killing people, or starts annoying supports and stuff. So if you play aggressive, you allow the Sombra to be able to do her thing in the back line. The other thing is, a lot of times people flame the Sombra player. So people just don't want to play Sombra in lower tiers. But she's a good pick, though. She's a good pick, especially since they tweaked the virus. Because now virus has it has impact damage, right? So that means that if you hack the person, impact damage from virus damage over time, you're probably going to get the kill unless they teleport away or something. S tier. All right, Ashe is goated. Hold on, Ashe is goated. All right, you know what? Fuck Cassidy. Ashe is goated. Ashe is straight up goated, cuz. All right, I'm just saying it now. Okay, Ashe is the best mid-range sniper in the game. She has more damage options than Widowmaker, even though she can't headshot, and she's not as good without the Mercy Pocket, which I'll get into in a minute. But she's goated though. All right. Not to mention, Bob is the best ability in the game. It's the best DPS ability in the game. All right, right up there with Venture's. Venture's DPS ability is pretty good too, because he's basically got 4 Earth Shatters or whatever. But Ashe is pretty good. All right, I'm just saying, if there's one sniper, one hit scan that I tell you to learn, it's Ashe. All right, Soldier is a close second, but Ashe is good. Well, you know what? I'll switch this. Hold a second. I'm gonna let my bias show a little bit too much. All right, so speaking of Venture, Venture's actually kind of good. I mean, they've been tweaking Venture a little bit, but like he's been pretty good. Like the ultimate Venture's ultimate is like freaking crazy. It's basically like multiple Earth Shatters. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have the same effect as all Earth Shatters, the stun, but like that pop up is surprisingly effective. And I believe there's kind of a lockout on that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So Venture's pretty good. Not the best, you know what I'm saying? Because Venture is subterranean Doomfist. All right. So you know if you ever play Doomfist in any capacity, you know if you use up all your abilities to get into the fight, all right, you're kind of stuck until you got another ability that can get you out. That's the same thing with Venture. All right, if you use all your abilities to get in and get the kill, you're stuck until that 7 second cooldown goes by before you can get out, which means that you might die. All right, unless you planned this out and you went in at the right time, you might just die. You know, Echo is boom or bust. I don't see a lot of echoes in my games. I mean, Echo can be pretty good because she's kind of silent. You know, it's not easy to hear her in your back line, but by the time you hear her, she's already throwing sticky bombs on you. But I don't see too many, so I think I guess she's not good this season. I guess maybe the mid-range snipers like Ash and stuff kind of keep her down. So, you know, she's definitely not as good as Pharah. Like, not by a long shot. The bane of people's existence. Sojourn is an A pick. Sojourn is not that bad. There are definitely better DPS to pick in the metal ranks, but she's not that bad. She's not as good as Soldier down here, mainly because she requires a little bit more skill than Soldier. All right, the rail definitely requires a bit more skill to hit than say like, you know, the rockets that Soldier has. But she's definitely not a bad pick, especially if you have a good Mercy. If you got a good Mercy on your team and you know how to play Sojourn, there's nothing wrong with playing the Sojourn. But I would say learn Soldier over learning Sojourn, at least for right now anyway. Then we got to supports. So, supports. Who is the best supports? It's weird that she happens to be the first one because she is one of the best supports. Now, here's the thing. Here's my reason, because I already know somebody's going to be like, well, actually, Moira is a terrible support because of her healing and because she doesn't do enough other than healing. And again, look, I get that. All right, I get it. You're an Overwatch expert. You've been playing this game for 11 years. All right, I understand that. But see, here's the thing, though. In the lower ranks, like, the big heals is a good thing, okay? All right, now, as you get higher in the ranks and you're playing support, you actually do have to start playing support. You have to balance out your DPS and your heals. So you can't just heal bot, all right? If you up in, like, plat, diamond, and you going up, you can't just heal bot. You have to do more. And it sounds like it's about to storm. I hope the power don't go out. Please don't let the power go out. I'm almost done with the list. Yeah, you can't just heal bot. All right, you have to be able to do more. But in the lower tiers, like big heals is fine. All right, if that's all you can do, that's good. Not to mention, of course, if you have the DPS, I mean, what better person to DPS with than Moira? You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, she has an escape. So if you get into a hairy situation, you just fade out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're getting attacked by the Sombra, fade out. Oh, there's a Tracer in the back line, fade out. Oh, look, here comes a Venture, fade out. Oh, look, Doomfist just leaped back here, fade out. You know, so yeah, she is like one of the, in my opinion, one of the best supports for the early Overwatch player. All right, because the lower ranks is populated with people that are usually either usually you're just bad at the game, You're somebody who is you don't play a game enough to actually rank up, you know, or you are new to the game. You know what I'm saying? And all of these people could probably do well with Moira. Let me see what else we got. Lucio. Lucio is a very middle of the road pick, man, because Lucio requires skill, Lucio requires game sense, and Lucio requires restraint. All right, because you don't know how many times I've had people play Lucio with me, and they just want to try to be Reddit Lucios. You know, I've watched like 9 hours of Red Shell, and guess what? Ching, look at me, boop. Oh, look at me, I'm trying to be a Reddit Lucio. Stop. Please stop. Just can you please do some healing? You know, or you get the Florcios. Bro, the Florcios are almost worse, bro, because you know what the Florcios do? He does like this. Skate, 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 push. And then he goes back. And then guess what? He comes back. Skate, skate, push. Bro, stop booping me, cuz all you do is push. You're not even pushing me in a specific direction. You're just pushing me back. All right, I can understand if you're pushing me out of cover or something. No, you're just walking up to me, and it's like fighting a child. It's like a small child walking up to you and then pushing you a half a block away. I hate him so much. But he can be pretty good, especially if, like, you know, you playing with a Reinhardt, a Zarya, stuff like that. You know, speed boost is almost essential. You know what I'm saying? Mercy. So this is a dangerous one. All right, if I say the wrong thing here, I could be in trouble. All right. Mercy Mafia is real. So Mercy, I think personally, is a pretty good support pick. All right. Is she the best support pick? No. All right. Mainly because of the DPS passive has kind of made her healing kind of bad. She can still do pretty good heals, but like if you're getting focused, like she can't save you. Like she can't. All right. There have been times I've been playing Mercy, and I was heal botting this person. I was just focusing on this person, and they got hit with the DPS passive a couple times, and they just got burned down and they just died. So you can't heal through the DPS passive and some damage. All right, and that kind of hurts her. But look at the DPS that are top tier. All right, all of them work well with Mercy. All of them. All right, specifically Soldier, Ashe, and Pharah. Okay, so I mean, she's definitely not a bad pick. If you've got a good DPS is running one of these, pick Mercy. Help them, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not to mention, Mercy has the most powerful ability in the game, and that is Res. And do you want to know why Res is so powerful in the metal ranks? Because Res undoes mistakes. Okay? Alright, like, you know, people will say, well, Suzu is really powerful, and Immortality Field is really powerful. Nano, Sleep, Nade, they're all really powerful. Discord Orb is the bane of a tank's existence, and it still is. But the most powerful ability is Res, because none of those abilities can undo a mistake. Like, Suzu might be able to pull you out of a bad situation in the nick of time if you time it right. Immortality Field might be able to stop you from dying or stop a mistake from happening, but you have to be able to see that mistake before it's going to happen. You know, you still need the good timing. Res doesn't require any of that. All right, if you die and the Mercy can get to you, she can undo that mistake like that. Second chance. There's no other ability in the game that can give you a second chance to not be lame, which is something that's pretty good in the metal ranks. Oh, boy. I feel sorry about this one because I love Lifeweaver. I like Lifeweaver, man. But Homie is kind of a throw pick. Now, I will say, like, support, like heal botting is not a bad thing in the low ranks. But unlike Moira, like there's not a lot that Life Weaver can do outside of heal body. Other than like being able to reposition, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that can only get you so far. You know what I'm saying? It can only get you so far. Like they need something else for him, man. You know, but he's not too bad though, especially if you're playing with a Reinhardt that's kind of dumb. You know, because you know sometimes us Ryan players are kind of on the spectrum. Sometimes we get into situations that are not the best, and so we need somebody to just snatch us out. So sometimes it can be good to play it, but a lot of times y'all might just lose. All right, you might just lose. Another pick that's almost a throw pick. She almost made Alari was almost a throw pick, and that's the thing that saved her is her mid-range damage. All right, those mid-range shots are pretty good, especially if you got pretty good aim. But like her kit is very weird in this meta. You know what I'm saying? Like, like she can do pretty good, but she's just in a weird spot, and I have no idea how to fix her. Somebody I don't want to get fixed is Zenyatta. Keep that man in the dirt. I'm good. All right. I've played through the couple of seasons when Zenyatta was the man. All right. I don't want to go there no more. Okay. All right. I'm happy. I'm living life now. I don't want to go back to Zenyatta being good. All right. And in some situations, Zenyatta is good. All right. A lot of poke comps, playing with the Sigma. Sigma's got the shield. Y'all are playing nice little poke comp, high ground, snipers, having a Brig or a Baptiste or something to babysit you. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, play him. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I don't think it's the best idea. All right, I'm just going to be honest. Now he still does have a spot in the game because the tanks exist, and as long as tanks exist, there's always a time to play Zenyatta. All right, but right now, he's not the best, and that's a good thing. Speaking of somebody who's in a weird spot, Ana. Ana's in a weird spot. Ana was almost a B tier player, character, mainly because, I mean, even though like snipers and stuff are kind of good right now, like Ana is in a weird spot. She will never be a bad pick, mainly because she has the best kit in the game. But like, I don't see a lot of Anas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think she's gonna get better as when more people start playing like Winston and stuff. But right now, she is in kind of a weird space. Brigida. Boom. A tier, baby. Brigida's definitely A tier. All right, Brigida's up there. Brigida's probably... These two are kind of interchangeable. You can switch between these two because they both kind of do really good with Reinhardt. All right, you know what I'm saying? They both do, I think as far as if you're playing Reinhardt comps, Lucio might be a little bit better, but Brigida's not that bad either. I know a lot of times people play Brigida as babysitter for like, Zenyatta, Ana, stuff like that. But, I mean, they're not really getting played too much. So I think I will put her under Lucio. Baptiste. Baptiste is looking pretty clean this season. All right. Now, the thing that keeps him under a lot of supports is he is a true support character. All right. And a lot of people aren't balancing out. Like, one thing about the low tier, people don't balance DPS and support when playing support. All right. Either you're going to get like the frustrated DPS player BAP who just doesn't want to queue for DPS and they're just going to be doing damage the whole time. All right. And the only healing is when they heal themselves, or you're going to get a heal bot BAP that doesn't do enough DPS, and that's not good for being a Baptiste player. All right, I've done both of these things as Baptiste players. So Baptiste is okay. And then of course we have S tier support Kiriko. Now Kiriko wasn't always S tier. Originally, when I first thought about doing this, Kiriko was gonna be in the B tier. Alright, but I have played Kiriko over the last couple of days, and I have been doing ridiculously well. Bro, I'm like, yo, where did these hands come from, bro? Where was this aim for so long? Being able to hit these freaking kunai shots, bro. Where was this so long ago, bro? Man, like, but I've been doing pretty good. I think Kiriko is top tier, because originally I was going to be like, well, Kiriko is very skill based. You kind of need to be able to hit your shots, which you do. But once you learn how to hit them shots, you're pretty good. You golden. All right, because her healing is easy because it homes in on the target. All right, so that's not the skill based thing, right? So you can technically kind of heal bot with her and kind of sorta get away with it. But once you learn how to balance out the DPS and the healing, oh yeah, you in there like swimwear, bro. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is she does have one of the best abilities in the game in Suzu. Suzu is crazy, all right? You know what I'm saying? I made a Mei leave. I made a Mei leave the game with Suzu, all right? She tried to hit us with this tricky blizzard. I still remember Parasio near the end. All right, she's on the high ground. She drops blizzard on us. I hit the Suzu. 4 of us walk away. Mei leaves. She leaves the game. She's like, man, screw this. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's how powerful Suzu is. All right, Suzu making people leave the server. Not to mention her ultimate is pretty good too. It basically, you know, like freaking driveway with Reinhardt just swinging away. Oh, bro. So here's my tier list. This is it right here. Tell me what you think about it. All right. If you think I'm wrong, put it in the comments. Okay. If you think I'm right, put it in the comments. If I crapped on your favorite hero, put that in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think. You know, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real. Let me get out here before the storm comes.